So, our mentor text for this week for Author's Purpose is, what is this thing called love? We are trying to work out the purpose of this text. Is it to persuade us, to inform us, or to entertain us? We are going to be trying to find evidence as we read through the text. Let's get started. What is this thing called love? Emma really wants to know. Her friend Anita says it's a thing for grown-ups. I only have to ask my mother then, thinks Emma. She'll tell me. So straight away we've got a couple of characters here. We've got Emma and Anita. Does that help us with our purpose? Mum, what is this thing called love? Emma asked her mother, who is planting flowers in the garden. Love is something that blooms slowly, like the flowers in spring, replies her mother. Dad, what is this thing called love? Emma asked her father, who is eating a sandwich in front of the TV. Love is something that takes you by surprise, like when, bam, your soccer team scores a last-minute goal. So we've got a couple more characters, and we're noticing the story is set in what looks like Emma's home. Some evidence there. Grandma, what is this thing called love? Emma asked her grandma, who is making a poppy seed cake. Oh, sighs her grandmother, love is something soft and fragrant, like a cake. Grandad, what is this thing called love? Emma asked her grandfather, who is rearranging his toy car collection for the 1,000th time. Love? It's something that warms your heart, like a finely tuned engine, replies her grandfather, who has worked his entire life in a car factory. So, love blossoms slowly, and then, bam, it scores a goal. It's as soft and fragrant as a cake, and it warms your heart like a good engine. But what colour is it? And what shape? Is it sweet or savoury? Big or small? So we're noticing our story's got a couple of things happening. So first you want to know what it is. Now she wants to know what it looks like. So it's almost like we're adding on to our story. Love is every single colour. It's blue, it's yellow, it's red, it's purple, says Mum as she waters the flowers in the garden. Love is round, states Dad, as he bites into another sandwich, his eyes glued to the ball. Love is sweet, of course, says Grandma, as she places her cake in the oven. Love is big. It's huge, just like a car factory, proclaims Grandad, who is counting and recounting his toy cars. Incredible, says Emma to herself. Love is every single colour. It's round, it's sweet, and it's big. But she still can't picture it. Okay, so what does it mean to be in love then? When you're in love, you become kind, says Mum. Boys in love give gifts. They give flowers to their girlfriends, which their girlfriends adore receiving. When you're in love, you do everything together, says Dad. Boys love to take their girlfriends to the stadium to watch soccer matches and buy sandwiches. When you're in love, you share everything, says Grandma. If there's only one piece of cake left, those in love will share it. When you're in love, you take your sweetheart for a drive in the country, says Grandad. Girls love discovering the beauty of nature with the smell of a car's engine wafting in the air. Being in love is complicated, says Emma. You have to remember lots of things. To give people flowers, to go to soccer matches and buy sandwiches, to only eat half the cake, and to go to drives in the country. Don't worry, you don't have to do all those things at once, explains Mum. Don't even think about it. Love will come all on its own. That night, Emma lies in bed for a long time, waiting for love to appear. But love doesn't appear, and Emma falls asleep. I wonder what will happen next. The next morning, she goes to the kitchen to see if love has arrived. No, still no sign of him. She looks out the window to see if it's on its way, but she can't see a thing. Nor can she see anything blossoming, or hear anything going bam, or smell anything sweet. Then all of a sudden, Emma feels very hot. Her cheeks bright red. It's love! It's here! You're running a temperature, says Mum, and she puts Emma to bed. Later on, she brings her some flowers from the garden. They've just opened. Look at the beautiful colours, she says. So Emma's not feeling too well, and so her mum has given her a gift, almost like what Mum said earlier in the text. Then it's Dad's turn to come into the room. I bought you the TV, he says, so you can watch the match. Then Grandad arrives to lend her his car collection. And Grandma brings her a nice big piece of cake. So everyone's looking after her now. Suddenly, the doorbell rings. Mum goes to the door. Emma, it's your friend Matt, she announces. I wonder who Matt is. Hi, says Matt. Do you want to share my piece of cake? Asks Emma. And Matt, who knows nothing about love, accepts. So it looks like Emma has begun to learn what love is. So, what is the author's purpose of this text? Well, we collected enough evidence, as we described in the PowerPoint. It's to entertain us. It's a story. It holds our attention. How do we know this? What evidence do we have? Well, we've got characters. We had Emma, Anita, Mum, Dad, Grandma, Grandpa, and of course Matt. Had an overall setting. It was in Emma's home. Plot, well, Emma wanted to know what love was, and she asked the whole family. Ending, she began to understand the meaning. And it stirred some emotions, because I don't know about you, but I felt pretty happy reading that. Some of you might feel a little bit grossed out by it, but it still stirs an emotion. And that is the author's purpose of our text today.